Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. So, I want to first wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If I don't do another video before the new year. Just want to make a quick video because I did tell a supporter that I will make a video today. And I'm just going to talk about a few Selena topics. Oh, if you did not know, if you watch Tubi, I believe, yeah, Tubi. Selena, the movie Selena is on Tubi. I don't think I think it's on for a limited time. I'm not sure if it's on like permanently, but when the last time I was on there, which was a few days ago, it was on there. So if you ever want to, rewatch Selena the movie, if you don't have it on DVD, which I don't think a lot of people watch DVDs anymore, you can go to Tubi and watch the Selena movie. If it's not on Tubi, it's Peacock, but I do strongly believe it's on Tubi. Also, I want to talk about just a few things about Selena. If you don't hear me, it's because I'm, walking around getting myself together. It's been a busy day. Of course, it's Christmas. We all know that Selena didn't celebrate Christmas because she was a Jehovah's Witness, but she did do a little something in honor of Christmas, but just in an untraditional way. If you listen to my videos when I read the Selena with Love novel by Chris Perez, it talked about where she was over his relative's house, and it was during the Christmas holiday, but of course they respect the fact that she was a Jehovah's Witness, and so they did not put her presents under the tree. They just put it in like a room, like one of the bedrooms, and she just unwrapped it there. So, and she was very, very excited because she never got to celebrate Christmas, so it was like a kid in the candy store with her. Yeah, so just a little snippet of Selena, giving the Christmas thing a try. I don't want to say she celebrated Christmas because, I don't want to cause any issue. But what I do want to talk about briefly is visiting her gravesite. Now, I'm not from Texas. I never visited Texas. I've been wanting to visit. I actually contemplated on living in Texas a few times. I have thought about it because the cost of living there is really, really, really cheap. However, you gotta think about it. Yeah, the cost of living is cheap, so the income is cheap. So, you gotta meet the means. So, what I, make where I live, I probably won't make down there to afford those nice big houses. But, I had thought about, moving to Texas. But maybe I should visit and see what it's like before I really think about doing that down the line. But I have thought about, at least visiting there too. Like, I wanted to visit Houston. I want to visit Dallas. I know my son's dad, he is a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, even though he's not from Texas. But a lot of Washingtonians are Dallas Cowboy fans. And I don't mean Washingtonians meaning the District of Columbia, because I don't know what they call, the people that are from the Washington state, but that's not, you know, that's what I'm talking about. But it's a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans here, and he's a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. He's trying to convert our son, to be a Cowboy fan. And luckily, I'm not really big on football. I mean, I used to be the home team fan here. I don't want to say the new name because I don't really care for the new name of the football team. I like the old name, but I guess that's an issue and that's why they changed it. But, basically the Dallas Cowboy rivalry. We all know who that is historically. I used to be that fan, but because they constantly lose, I got tired of it, and so now I am a Atlanta Falcons fan. But I'm not really heavy on football, so I don't care what my son roots for. If he want to root for Dallas, he can. If he want to root for the Falcons, he can. If he want to root for another team, he can. It's up to him. But that's, I wanted to visit Dallas because of that. My son's dad has been to Dallas a few times. He even took a picture of himself on the star at the old stadium. I don't know what the name of that stadium was. If you're from Texas, particularly Dallas, if you know what the old Dallas Cowboy Stadium was, then that's where it was. But yeah. So yeah, he's a diehard Dallas fan, and I know that Chris Perez is a diehard Dallas fan. Oh, fun fact: Jay-Z is a diehard Dallas fan. A lot of people don't know that, but he said it on the Breakfast Club years ago. You look it up. I don't really care to, go back, check, and all that, but he is a Dallas Cowboy fan. It was weird. I would not have expected Jay-Z to be a Dallas fan because he's so New York. So I assumed he would be like a New York Jets fan, or I think that's what, yeah, or what's the other one? New York Jets and no, that's Philadelphia. No, that's not. The Eagles is Philadelphia. I know they got two teams. I know it's the New York Jets and the Giants, I think. The New York Giants. So yeah, I thought he was going to be one of them, but he is a Dallas Cowboy fan, and from my understanding, so was Selena. Selena was a Dallas Cowboy fan as well. And I told my son's dad that, that because he knows I'm a diehard Selena fan. So when I told him that, Chris Perez was a Dallas fan, and so was Selena, he was like, oh, that's interesting. That's cool. So yeah, that was something. I never seen Selena in Dallas Cowboy attire, but I'm sure she had some. A T-shirt or something like that. I would, I could imagine Chris and Selena watching if she's, off or not not performing during like a football game, that she and Chris will be watching the Dallas Cowboy game together. I think I heard him say, I could be wrong, but I think I remember him saying something about that she enjoyed the halftime show and stuff. So maybe she has seen the Dallas Cowboy game with him. Um, but yeah, it would be nice. But back to the grave site, and I'm sorry to talk about that during this joyous moment, but I just wanted to, because I saw something on YouTube where a supporter had asked Chris if he ever visited her gravesite, and I thought about that about him. Like, has he ever gone back and visit? And he told the supporter that he doesn't go often, because he knows that a lot of people visit her grave often, and he felt awkward or weird going when there's a lot of people. But he said he has visited her grave, in life, sporadically, not like consistently, but once in a blue moon when no one is around, he'll go and visit her grave. And that's what made me think about, like, I've thought about it a few times to visit her grave, but I was kind of reluctant on doing it because of the same very reason. I don't know if I feel comfortable visiting her grave because of, it's kind of silly, but I mean, there are some people who are Hispanic that don't really care for black people. And so I've gotten that here. I've gotten that here where I rock a Selena shirt and I walk past a Hispanic older lady, that looked at me kind of funny because I had her shirt on, and it's like, but that's the same, but that's like me getting upset if someone of a Hispanic culture wore a Michael Jackson shirt or a Beyonce shirt. Like, I wouldn't get upset because music is for everyone. And to be honest, we all mix with everything. To be honest, we're a melting pot of all cultures. Hispanic cultures are mixed with a lot of things that, they have some Afro in them, white, European in them, not Middle Eastern, Island Pacific in them. They're a melting pot of different cultures, just like black Americans are a melting pot of different cultures. I'm not straight, African descent. I have Native American blood in me. I have European blood in me. We're all mixed with something. And just because I am of black culture, I should not be prohibited of listening to music outside of my race. I should be able to listen to Selena or Mark Anthony or Elvis if I wanted to, whoever. Music is music. Music lives forever, which is what's so great about music. And so, because of, I get kind of uncomfortable when I know that some Hispanic people don't really appreciate other cultures liking their culture. I just don't, just don't, I just didn't go. I just was like, nah, I just didn't feel, I don't feel comfortable going because of that very reason. That, and I know there's a lot of people that know me out there in Texas. Some people love me, some people don't, and my safety is what counts. And so, that's why I'm reluctant on visiting her grave. Also, the same reason why Chris don't go out there as much, because it do be a lot of people out there, and I don't want to be in the mix of a crowd, looking at me sound like, what is she doing here, stuff like that. So that's why I haven't gone to visit Texas, and that's why I haven't gone to visit her grave site or any of the other memorial sites of Selena. But I would love to. And also maybe it'll feel too real that she's gone, because her shell is literally right there, and it's like, it's too real, I guess. Also, there's many different reasons why I haven't gone to visit her grave and things like that. But I would like to visit other sites of hers, like the Coliseum, like the area where she, did certain music videos where she recorded some, music videos, different sites over there, where she performed, things like that. Yeah. Her house. Oh, also I found out that the Q's own her house. I didn't know that they still owned her house that she shared with Chris. Now I don't know if she still. I'm assuming if they own Selena and Chris's house, that they also still own their house that they used to live in. But I didn't know that until I read it online that they still own the house that Chris and well, I guess I can see that him doing that because he tried to take ownership for everything. But I remember in the book that Abraham helped them get that house. Yeah, so now I can see that all makes sense. So yeah, but it's good. I'm glad that he still owns the property because that's legacy right there, and yeah, and to keep it in their name, that's also money because whoever lives in that house, the equity and all of that goes to them, the Q's. Whoever's renting that house, the money goes to the Q's. So they're making money and they also building equity. And I think if they do the equity there, I don't know. They also, that's a good investment. So that's a good thing that he still owns the house, even though they don't live there anymore. But what I wish they would have did is make that a museum as well and kept it the way that Selena and Chris decorated it so that, people can go in and see, because nobody really got a glimpse of what their house looked like for real in the inside. And I think that would have been cool to see, because kind of like Martin Luther King house in Atlanta, where the family kept that house and they turned it into a museum attraction so that everyone that's visiting Atlanta can go in the house to visit and it looked just like what it looked like when he was living there, when he was a boy. So that would have been cool to turn their house into a museum so fans can get a glimpse of what her house really looked like when Selena and Chris was living there. That would have been, and they would have still made money because people would definitely go in and want to pay money to see what her house looks like inside, because we always just see what it looks. We always see like fast clips of it that you really can't really look in it. You can see a glimpse of it, but it's not like clear, and it's like one room. You might see the living room or something like that, but it's like we want to see everything, but I guess they like, nah, I don't want, we already got a museum, so that's, but it would have been nice. So yeah, that's a good thing that he still owns the property. It's unfortunate that the boutique is not, running, because they could have just turned that into a museum as well. Like, even though the boutique was not making the money that it was making when she was living, they could have made that a museum and then kept they could have kept like put like souvenirs, like Selena souvenirs, like some of her jewelry, that fine jewelry, and like some Selena shirts and replicas. They could sell that in the boutique, turned it into like a gift shop / museum. That's what they could have did and kept it running. But just a thought. But if they wanted to keep like Selena businesses and things booming, they could have just flipped it into something else. Yeah, because a lot of fans that weren't alive when she was alive and they are Selena fans, they will probably want to see that or get a glimpse of what it was like, you know, buying clothes from there, or going in her house to see how she lived. Like, turning those things into a museum would have been perfect for, especially for fans that weren't born yet, or even if they were born, they were too young to, you know, understand. So that would have been really good, a money making machine, and that would have been really good for fans to, you know, relive or live, you know, through it. But just thoughts. I've been giving out thoughts for years, for them ideas, and nobody seemed to take heed to it. But, you know, it is what it is. Also, what was something else I wanted to discuss before I get off? It was one thing I wanted to talk about before I get off. I did talk about the boombox thing, where they were signing off on the boombox to sell more of those. So I already talked about it in the previous video, so I don't need to talk about that. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So, like I said, I've been giving out ideas that the family can do for Selena, for her fans, because her fans meant a lot to her. But who knows? Who knows why they haven't done that? But I think they should have done that. But of course, they can't do that with the house because somebody lives there. So much for that. But it's not too late, because, you know, one day maybe whoever lives there may move out and they can just turn it into a museum. But it's too late, because everything's already probably, you know, renovated inside since then. I don't know if you can really renovate if you're renting out a house. I'm not in real estate, so I don't know. I really don't think you can. If you can, you probably gotta pay extra. But who knows? I don't know. I don't think you can, because I mean, it's kind of like when you're renting an apartment, you can't renovate the apartment because you're renting. You're not owning it. So whatever you changed, I believe, like if you're living in an apartment, whatever you change, once you move out, you have to change it back. So you really can't do much changes to a rental. So that's why I'm assuming that it's also the same if you're renting a house. So yeah, I don't know, but right now I'm not going to stay on, because I know it was something else I wanted to talk about, but once it come back to me, I'll just make another video. But everybody, just have a Merry Christmas, have a great holiday, Happy New Year. Be safe. If you drink, please drink safely. Do not drive. Sleep it off at home, at a friend's house, or pull over and sleep, and then, you know. But please, because we want everybody to be safe. Yeah, I'll come back with another video once I remember the last point that I want to talk about. Peace. Oh, I do remember. So I wanted to talk about, if Selena was alive, would she sing any Christmas songs, even though she was a Jehovah's Witness? And the reason why I said that, because the Jacksons were Jehovah's Witnesses, but of course the Jackson 5 sung a lot of Christmas songs, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, Someday at Christmas. They have a lot of Christmas hits, but they never celebrated the holiday, you know, back then. So of course I know why they did it. Of course their father was really into their careers, and he sacrificed a lot, and even his own religion, to make money off his kids. So if that means singing Christmas songs, then that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, Yeah, because at the time he was still their manager, so I'm sure he allowed it. At first he may not have, but I guess he allowed it because of the money. Because it attracted a lot of listeners, viewers. So I just be wondering if Selena was still alive, would she eventually have made like some Christmas music? Because it seems though over the years a lot of music artists are making holiday tracks. And I wonder if she would have done that. Um, Even though I know she was really heavy into her religion, I just want to know if she would actually have done that. If her management company, if she would have been mainstream, in the English side market, would her management company motivate her to do like holiday songs? Telling her it would attract more more viewers, more listeners, and things like that, and more money and more exposure. I wonder if she would do it, make a holiday album, a Christmas album. If she would have done that, she probably would have tried to, you know, um, do it in a sneaky way, meaning not do a lot of not use the word Christmas. Like she may do like one winter wonderland, like winter song, like something that's dealing with like winter or holiday, but not like Christmas or Santa or anything like that. I think she would do probably more of that to satisfy both mainstream viewers and respect her religion. Um, but I thought about that when I was thinking about the Jackson 5. Um, would she have done that? It would have been interesting. I'm sure she would. It would have sounded really awesome. I'm sure that if she did a holiday album, I don't know, just something to think about. It was just something short and sweet to think about, and how would a dictator, react to it? I'm sure he wouldn't like it. I'm sure he would say that's an abomination or something, something extreme to make her feel guilty to not do it. But I still think she would probably do it, but just not use those. You watch what she say in the songs. Like she probably, if she were to re-record like previous um holiday songs, she probably would just use like songs that's just dealing with winter, like simply having a wonderful Christmas. Oh, that's Christmas. It had Christmas in it. But Winter Wonderland, or I don't know any other ones, but I think that's the only one that I know. But I'm sure, or she would have wrote her own, holiday song that don't talk about Christmas, presents, or Santa. She'll probably have her own creative way of spinning it around, but you never know. But that was just something to think about. But yeah, again, have a good holiday and a good night, and be safe, and have a prosperous new year. Peace.